Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhar Sri Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Nityananda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat ki Jai Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur ki Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Samaveta Gaur Bhakta Vrind ki Jai Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshitarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, welcome to today's this weekend Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat reading. We are
Hare
reading from
Krishna
Sri
Mataji.
Krishna Sajana. Nice to see you.
I know Mataji. I rarely join in the evenings, but today I didn't go to temple. I was doing all the temple work. So I just took the phone and your pop-up came. I said, oh my God, I don't attend. Let me attend this. It's an opportunity for me. Thank you,
Thank you.
Mataji.
Thank you.
Hare
Hare Krishna. So we are reading from Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, Canto Antya Khanda, Chapter 7. And this chapter is entitled Lord Sri Gadadhar's pastimes in the forest. One second. Description of Gadadhar's pastimes in the forest. So, so far we read that Sri Nityananda Prabhu has come to Jagannath Puri and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to meet Sri Nityananda Prabhu from the temple. So Jagannath Puri means first Nityananda Prabhu stopped at Kamalapur, which is next to Jagannath Puri. He stopped there from where he could see the Sudarshan Chakra. So Mahaprabhu came and met with him and they had a wonderful loving exchange there. And Mahaprabhu glorified Nityananda Prabhu, Nityananda Prabhu glorified Mahaprabhu. And there were sweet loving exchanges. The devotees were also present. And yesterday we read how sometimes the devotees would take sides. One devotee would take Mahaprabhu's side and he would start criticizing Nityananda Prabhu, and the other devotees would take the side of Mahaprabhu and they criticize Nityananda Prabhu. But we should understand all these are simply out of love. So there it is said, actually, devotees, Vaishnavas, they know that everything, nothing exists without the Lord, right? So what will they criticize? Everything is the Lord's expansion, his energy only. But still, although everything is the Lord, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is still the supreme, like that. So the devotees are aware of all this. And then after all these loving pastimes exchanges, Mahaprabhu went back to his room. And then Nityananda Prabhu went to Jagannath Puri, continued on to take darshan of Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani. And when he saw, he was, he went into such ecstasy that nobody could hold him together. Even 100 men could not hold him together. And even the priests of Jagannath, when he saw Nityananda Prabhu, they understood the exalted position of Nityananda Prabhu. They got all the garlands of Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, and they put on Nityananda Prabhu like that. And others who couldn't understand what's going on here, they would go and ask, who is this? Who is this person? What's going on here? Like that. And uh, that person would be told that this is the brother of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like this. So then after this, the Nityananda Prabhu went to, and the devotees went to meet with Gadadhar Pandit. Gadadhar Pandit had a deity of Gopinath. And this Gopinath deity is personally Krishna himself. The son of Nanda Maharaj was living there in Gadadhar Pandit's house or temple. The Gopinath deity is called Tota Gopinath. So, threefold bending form of Krishna. And the love that Nityananda Prabhu and Gadadhar Pandit had in their hearts, that cannot be described. Nobody can understand. Same we read yesterday also. The love that Mahaprabhu has in his heart, no one can understand. Devotees cannot understand. But still, they describe. To whatever extent they understand, they describe. But nobody can find the limit of love that the Lord has in his heart. So then similarly, Gadadhar Pandit and Nityananda Prabhu, the love that they had, it was very, very sweet. So as soon as Nityananda Prabhu, when he would see the deity of Tota Gopinath, oh, he shed so many tears, unending tears of love. And when Gadadhar Pandit realized, the other thing that Gadadhar Pandit uh, would do all day was he would just read Srimad Bhagavatam. So we will see later on that Mahaprabhu would come to Gadadhar Pandit every day to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Hours, every single day, for hours he would sit with Gadadhar Pandit, and each verse he could recite in 4 or 5 different melodies, meters, right? So now we know generally dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara praptir dhirastatra namuhyati, 1 meter, right? Anushtup. And that someone else can say, right? Even now some devotees recite a different meter, isn't it? I'm not recollecting, but there. So Gadadhar Pandit, and in Srimad Bhagavatam you have longer verses also. Like there's different, like um, the next size, next length would be Karpanya Dosha Pahat, that meter. So that also can be recited in 4 or 5 different meters. And then you have the Brahma Samhita, Chinta Mani Prakarasad, so that long. That can also be recited in various meters, melodies. And then what to speak of? Janmadhyasya yatonvayaditaratas charteshvabhigyaswarat, very long one. That can also be recited in 4 or 5 different meters. So Gadadhar Pandit would be reciting, reading the whole Srimad Bhagavatam every day constantly. And Mahaprabhu would love to come and hear from Gadadhar Pandit. And then this is just an additional point. We didn't read this here, but I'm just saying that whenever Mahaprabhu would come to the episode of Dhruva Maharaj, he would not let Gadadhar Pandit go further. He would tell him to read Dhruva Maharaj after the whole Dhruva Maharaj's Upakhyanam is completed. The whole story of Dhruva Maharaj is completed. He would tell him to go back and read again Dhruva Maharaj's. And again, Gadadhar Pandit would read the whole, recite Dhruva Maharaj's. And then Mahaprabhu would go back and read again. Like this, he would make him read only Dhruv Maharaj's story 100 times. Mahaprabhu was so fond of Dhruv Maharaj. And then they would continue from there. Okay, now next. And they would go. And again, when they would come to Prahlad Maharaj in the 7th canto, so Dhruv Maharaj is in the 4th canto, Prahlad Maharaj is in the 7th canto. So when they come to 7th canto, Prahlad Maharaj, after hearing the whole thing, Mahaprabhu would say, go back and read again. And then they would recite, Gadadhar Pandit would recite whole Upakhyanam, Prahlad Maharaj's. When that is coming, go back and read again. 100 times he would make him read and then continue. And again they will start from the beginning. And when they will come to Dhruv Maharaj, 100 times and again continue. And when they come to Prahlad Maharaj, 100 times and again start all over again. This is how Mahaprabhu relished hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from Gadadhar Pandit. And Gadadhar Pandit would read every day, he would recite Srimad Bhagavatam. So that Gadadhar Pandit, when he saw Nityananda Prabhu come, I'll continue reading now where I stopped yesterday. Learning that Lord Nityananda had come, Gadadhar stopped reading Srimad Bhagavatam. He stopped reading Srimad Bhagavatam and went to him at once. They gazed at each other's face. Grasping each other's necks, they wept. Grasping each other's necks means not grasping necks. They just, embraced each other, right? Holding each other's necks, embracing in a tight embrace. They began to weep. They offered obeisances to each other. They glorified each other. Who? Nityananda Prabhu and Gadadhar Pandit. They glorified each other. They both said, now my eyes are purified. They both said, now my life has become successful. External consciousness was no longer present in the bodies of the two lords. The two lords floated in an ocean of bliss and love. Seeing this display of great love and devotion, the devotees in the four directions fell to the ground and wept. So this is between Nityananda Prabhu and Gadadhar Pandit. And seeing their loving exchange, all the devotees who had come with Nityananda Prabhu, they just started weeping. My God, how much love, right? They just fell down to the ground and they started weeping. How wonderful was the love Nityananda and Gadadhar felt. They did not say anything but words of love and devotion. Gadadhar had no desire to see the face of anyone who criticized Lord Nityananda. So much love that if anyone criticized Nityananda Prabhu, Gadadhar Pandit didn't like to even look at that person. Gadadhar Pandit would not look at the face of anyone who did not love Lord Nityananda. Okay, they don't criticize him, but they don't have any love. That's certainly, right, possible, right? Somebody does not criticize, but he doesn't even have any love. Like you can say neutral, right? I don't have any love, I don't have any hatred. Gadadhar Pandit didn't like to even see the face of a person who had no love for Nityananda Prabhu. Mataji.
Mataji, are they meeting for the first time?
No, not
Oh.
at all. But that's the love. Well, now Gadadhar Pandit is in Jagannath Puri. He took Kshetra Sannyas. Earlier, they were all in Navadvip. And then
Oh.
Mahaprabhu took sannyas. Gadadhar Pandit came to Jagannath Puri and he's there serving Tota Gopinath. And Nityananda Prabhu is traveling. So he was in Navadvip all this time for some time. And then he just felt like, I want to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he started off. He came to Jagannath Puri. So now, when he came to Jagannath Puri this time, he's meeting Gadadhar Pandit.
Oh, and also it's a coincidence, Nityananda Chaturdashi in 2 days, and then how
Yes, Mataji.
Trayadashi, and sorry, Nityananda Trayadashi, and then how Gadadhar Pandit is glorifying. Nice, yeah. Okay,
Yes.
Mataji.
Like that. Gadadhar Pandit would not look at the face of anyone who did not love Lord Nityananda. After some time becoming peaceful again, the two lords sat down. And actually, this chapter is chapter 7. Chapter 5 and 6 are simply glories of Nityananda Prabhu. I mean, we didn't plan it that way, but in sequence we are coming, but just before Nityananda Trayodasi, we read all the glories of Nityananda Prabhu. Mahaprabhu glorifying Nityananda Prabhu. So chapter 5 and 6 are about Nityananda Prabhu only, his glories. And this is chapter 7. And I would say 3/4 of this chapter is also glorification of Nityananda Prabhu. Even though it is entitled Pastimes of Gadadhar in the Forest, Even Gadadhar Pandit, his pastimes are he's glorifying Nityananda Prabhu. So actually, all these three chapters are glorification of Nityananda Prabhu. Chapter 5, 6, 7 of Antyakhanda of Chaitanya Bhagavat. Gadadhar Pandit would not look at the face of anyone who did not love Lord Nityananda. After some time becoming peaceful again, the two lords sat down together and talked about the auspicious glories of Lord Chaitanya. What do devotees talk about? They talk about the glories of Krishna. They come together, they talk about the glories of Krishna. And that is the thread, that is what is brings two devotees together. What is the common thing in the devotees? Both their love for Krishna. When both devotees love Krishna, they are pure devotees of Krishna. Naturally, certainly, there will be very, very close, affectionate bond, relationship between the devotees. It's not like it's not possible to have that type of love. If I didn't love Krishna, then I cannot love anyone else. That pure love is not possible. Similarly, if both people are great lovers of Krishna, when they come together, their unifying factor, common factor is their love for Krishna. And these are exalted, right? Topmost devotees, right? Expansions and energies of the Supreme Lord Himself. So their love for Krishna, such devotees, when they come together, what type of love do they experience between themselves? That's what we are seeing. So, and what do they do when they come together? They just talk about Krishna, like the gopis, right? What do they do when they get together? How wonderful is Krishna? What did Krishna do today? Like that. His qualities, his pastimes, his form, like that. They would just talk, and that gives great relish to their hearts. So, yeah. The two lords sat down together and talked about the auspicious glories of Lord Chaitanya. Then Gadadhar said to Lord Nityananda, "Today, please accept your meal here. Take prasadam here." Lord Nityananda had come there to accept a meal from Gadadhar. Nityananda Prabhu had come to take his meal anyway from Gadadhar Pandit. And Gadadhar Pandit said, "Please, you take your meal here today." From West Bengal, he had brought fine white rice suitable for Lord Gopinath. So Nityananda Prabhu didn't come empty handed. He got really the best quality fine white rice from Bengal for Lord Gopinath. He also brought two beautiful red cloths. He placed all these before Gadadhar. Lord Nityananda said, "Gadadhar, cook this rice and offer it to Lord Gopinath. He will enjoy it." Seeing the rice, Gadadhar Pandit smiled and said, "With my eyes, I have never seen rice like this. Master, did you bring this rice from Vaikuntha to give it to Lord Gopinath?" Goddess Lakshmi alone should cook this rice, right? This rice is from Vaikuntha. Who else can cook? Only Lakshmi Devi can cook. Goddess Lakshmi alone should cook this rice. Then Lord Krishna will enjoy it. And after him, the devotees will also enjoy it. After happily praising the rice, Gadadhar offered the two cloths to Lord Gopinath. So Nityananda Prabhu had brought rice and also two cloths, red cloths. Gadadhar Pandit offered the two cloths to Lord Gopinath. He placed the splendid red cloths on Lord Gopinath's graceful limbs, like a chadar. Gazing at the Lord's handsomeness, he floated in bliss. So he put this Gadadhar Pandit, put this nice splendid cloth on Gopinath, and then he looked at the beauty of Gopinath and he was floating. How charming, how beautiful Krishna looks with this cloth, like that. So he was floating in bliss. Then he went to cook. First he gathered some some leaves. What type of shak did he gather? Although originally no shak was there, he didn't have any uh, shak, green leafy vegetables. By divine arrangement, shak appeared. So actually there was nothing. But by the Lord's arrangement, divine arrangement, so many such miracles happen in Mahaprabhu's Leela. So he went to cook the rice, and what to cook with the rice? And all of a sudden, this by divine arrangement, shak appears there. He gathered the shak and began to cook. He gathered some soft leaves from a tamarind tree and placed them in a pot of salted water. Just the leaves of tamarind he placed in a pot of salted water. Then he prepared the bitter vegetable named amla, right? Amla. So named amla means it's a bitter vegetable. Then in this way, fortunate Gadadhar cooked. So what did he cook? He got shark, just appeared from nowhere, and he just picked some. There's a tamarind tree in the backyard, so he picked some soft leaves of tamarind and put in salted water, and he cooked this bitter vegetable named amla in that. In this way, fortunate Gadadhar cooked. Finally, he placed the prepared foods before Lord Govinda. Just see, simple offering, right? That's why it is said bhakti is very simple. Anyone can perform, right? With what you have. But that love is required. And when you have love, you will offer everything that you have. So it's not that, oh, simple is fine, so I will give something, I'll give some misri to Krishna sometimes. And for myself, I will prepare so many nice preparations, but for Krishna, I'll make sure every day he'll get some misri. No, not like that. But whatever I have, but if I don't have nice opulent things, I'm a very poor person. I don't even have problem, I just have rice at home. I don't have anything else. No problem. If you have love, then things will start manifesting. Like here, he cooked rice and just see the ideas. Go and get some tamarind leaves, put in salt water, throw a vegetable in there and an offering, and then you offer to Krishna with love and see the outcome. Finally, he placed the prepared foods before Lord Gopinath. At that moment, Lord Chaitanya arrived. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had gone back to his room, isn't it? After meeting Nityananda Prabhu, Mahaprabhu went back to his room. Then Nityananda Prabhu went to take darshan of Jagannath. And from there, Nityananda Prabhu came to see Gopinath, Tota Gopinath, Gadadhar Pandit. And then they are having this loving exchange, and he gives this rice. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears there in Gadadhar Pandit's house. So at that time, uh, at that moment, when the offering was made to Lord Gopinath, as soon as the foods were placed in front of Gopinath, at that very moment, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrives with his graceful mouth, joyfully chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Lord Chaitanya arrived. Gadadhar, Gadadhar, Lord Chaitanya called out. At once, Gadadhar offered obeisances to the Lord's feet. Smiling, Lord Chaitanya said, Gadadhar, why did I not get an invitation from you? So you're having a feast here, you have a guest, and you're preparing a feast, and you didn't invite me for prasadam. Why did I not get an invitation? You and I are not quarreling. So it's not that, we are not katif, right? Right? We are not like having some disagreement that you don't want to talk to me, therefore you didn't invite me. So uh, we are not having any quarrel. Why did you not invite me? Right? So you and I are not quarreling. Even those I did not get an invitation, acha, even though, not those, even though I did not get an invitation, I have come anyway. You didn't call me, but I just couldn't resist. I couldn't hold myself back. When I found out that you're throwing a feast here, although I didn't get an invitation, I have come anyway. Right? We don't have any quarrels. Why you didn't call me? It's okay, even if you didn't call me, I just came anyway. Nityananda brought the ingredients, you cooked, Lord Gopinath gave his mercy, and I will accept my share of the remnants. Yeah, Nityananda Prabhu brought some nice ingredients, and you cooked it, and you offered it to Gopinath, and now Gopinath's prasadam is coming. I will come. I came to claim my share. I will accept my share of the remnants. Hearing Lord Chaitanya's merciful words, Nityananda and Gadadhar became plunged in an ocean of bliss. They became plunged in an ocean of bliss. Gadadhar happily brought the prasadam and placed it before Lord Chaitanya. The prasadam was very fragrant. That rice which Nityananda Prabhu brought, just like we have some idea of basmati rice, very fragrant. The rice that Nityananda Prabhu brought was first class. So the prasadam was very fragrant. Again and again, Lord Chaitanya devotedly bowed down before it. Not just that, oh, nice, let me enjoy. He's bowing down before that rice again and again, offering obeisances to that rice. Lord Chaitanya said, divide it into 3 equal parts. Then we will sit down together and honor the prasadam. Sitting down, Lord Chaitanya greatly enjoyed the rice Lord Nityananda had brought. Sitting together, the two lords ate. I'm just remembering, when we have this love for the Lord in our heart, even if we don't follow the, of course, this is not in the initial stages, we are not there. We have to follow the rules and systems properly. We should not imitate such exalted devotees. But I'm talking about in higher stages of bhakti, right? After crossing this ruchi, when someone is in raganuga stage, ragatmika stage, and what to speak of the personal associates of the Lord, even if we didn't follow the rules properly, even if we didn't ask Krishna to come and eat, he comes and takes and he eats. There are examples of that. He'll just take it and he will eat it, even if you don't offer it. Because really, what Krishna is tasting is our love. The ingredients are all his anyway, but he's tasting the love of the devotee. So, in this case, he didn't get an invitation, but he just came. He came on and he said, give me, divided into 3 shares, let's eat together, like that. And then we see in the case of Sudama Brahmana, right? He was hesitating to give. The Lord snatched it and ate. And again in Chaitanya Leela also, the same Sudama Vipra, he appears as Shukrambar Brahmachari. He's dancing in a kirtan with a, cloth bag on his shoulder. And in that he begged some rice here and there, raw rice, begged, right? Like broken pieces of rice that people give to beggars, right? What they can't use in their home, they just give it to beggars. Like that. He had that in his cloth bag. And in ecstasy, he's dancing in Kirtan. And Mahaprabhu, he just puts his hand into the jhola of Shukrambar Brahmachari, takes and he eats that rice. Like this. Because the Lord is relishing the love of the devotee. Raghunath Das Goswami, he would eat the food which is Jagannath Prasadam after 3 days, right? So first whatever is excess, the next day they give it in the markets, and then that is sold at a relatively lesser price than the fresh prasad, and people come and buy from there because it's Jagannath Prasad. And after that also, whatever is remaining after selling everything, and like 2 days after, right? So then now fresh prasad is available, so people may not go for this, and it's actually rotten. Now it's becoming rotten, so they just throw it in a place, a pile where cows can come and eat, because cows can digest even if it is a little rotten. So the cows, they come and they eat in the night that prasad which is thrown. And some food which is so rotten that even the cows won't eat, they just leave it behind and they go away. So in the night when there is no cows, nobody there, Raghunath Das Goswami would go there and collect that food which is even rejected by the cows, and he would wash it nicely, remove all the, you know the top part, and then he would go for the inner, whatever little is, maybe it's good, he would wash, he would eat that, he would eat only that. That's all he would eat. I mean, his father was sending him money, his father was sending him servants, and there's so much prasadam that rich people, who come to see Jagannath, they give to beggars if you simply stay on the stairs. And what to speak of devotees, they will invite to come and eat. So it's not that he didn't have, but he took it as an austerity so that he can be humble in the Lord's service. So he would eat like that. And to such Raghunath Das Goswami's house, Mahaprabhu went, and he was searching where Raghunath Das Goswami kept his food. And then he went, he found that, he removed and he ate. And he said, Raghunath, I heard that you're eating very nice dishes. You didn't invite me? And Raghunath Das Goswami said, no, my no, my lord, this is not food fit for you. No, no, no. I have to eat. And forcibly he takes and he eats that. And he's like, oh my God, I'm dead now. And then uh, Mahaprabhu says, I've never eaten anything as tasty as this all my life.
Krishna.
Because what he's tasting is the love of
Love.
that
Mm.
devotee of Raghunath Das. So
True,
many, many,
Mataji.
many. There are so
Yes.
many cases like this where the Lord is, you don't even have to offer, right? He'll just go and come and take. Huh? Even when you put on the altar, also, the important factor is that bhakti is required. If you have that bhakti, even if you don't offer, he will come and he'll eat. So, like that, he has come here, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then he said, "Come, let's eat," like that. Yes, Mataji.
Mataji, sometimes I get a question like when we offer bhoga to Krishna, the deities here at home, Mataji, sometimes you're in hurry, you have to leave, you have to finish things, but then we still want to offer. At that times, sometimes I used to feel, so I just want to ask your advice. It's not out of stress, but then we still want to offer, but then you're rushing. Is that sometimes I feel maybe I'm doing a mistake, but how much sometimes it goes beyond our timing, schedule, and all. We get stressed, Mataji. Then I don't know how. Then we just told ourselves, me and my pro, it's okay. We should not take stress. Let's even if we couldn't do full, if we do little, I'm sure Krishna will be fine. But the feeling of that stress, I felt not happy, but I don't know. It's natural. I just thought I'll ask you what you would say.
I mean, it is similar to the other question that you had asked recently. It's about, if this has happened once in a while, unexpectedly, because things happen unexpectedly, something has happened, some emergency has happened and you had to rush. So that is understandable. But if it is happening regularly, that means something has to be adjusted. My schedule has to be adjusted because we have to prioritize Krishna's service, like that. So you see, if is it just an emergency or is it happening on a regular basis? If it is happening
No,
on a
no.
regular basis, then this is not good. Then I have to
Emergency
make some
only, Mataji.
adjustments. Yeah, like that.
Emergency only, not regularly. But at
Emergency is what
times
we can do.
also,
Yeah, family
yeah.
is right what to do. It's not a, like we have,
Hmm.
yeah,
I
but
used to,
emergencies happen.
instead of saying three times, Mataji, like, we tell each prayer
Yeah,
three times, right? I say, Krishna, I'm really in hurry. But when I leave from the altar, I'll still be saying in my mind, but I'm not able to stand here. And I tell one time quickly, then I rest. I say, Krishna, please forgive me. Like, I don't know. It's just the instant feeling. But I don't know.
yeah, yeah. Actually, for us, Mataji, as I said, actually I have to go for Mangalarti, but I'll quickly say, for us, we should remember that we are in the stage where we are trying to do sadhana bhakti, right? So for us, it's very important that we follow rules and regulations strictly. It's important. We have to follow. Otherwise, what happens is, if we don't follow the rules strictly, then soon we will, that seriousness will go away. The seriousness will go away. So it won't work. Uh, like this, these devotees that we are talking about, they are already past this stage. Okay, they are in spontaneous devotional service. So when you are in spontaneous devotional service, which comes after all anarthas are removed, right? You have a taste. It's higher stages of bhakti. So when there is spontaneous devotional service, sometimes rules and regulations become obstacles. So they don't even need to follow rules and regulations, or they are not as strict about rules and regulations. They make some adjustments here and there. But when we are following sadhana, sadhana means practice. It's very important that we follow the rules. That is when you will actually make progress, right? So yes, the feeling has to be there, but the rules have to be, because that's what shows our obedience to the order of the spiritual master. Spiritual master, because in sadhana we don't have that feeling and love and all that is not there. It's not there. Even if it is there, it's superficial, it's not really deep. So we have to stick to the rules and regulations, and at the same time you do it with feeling as much as possible. That's very good. But even if you don't have feeling, but if you strictly adhere to the rules and regulations, that will actually help you move forward, because that is showing your commitment, your obedience to the order of the spiritual master. In sadhana bhakti, that is how one actually makes progress. So yeah, we must follow the rules and regulations. And as you said, emergency, how many times emergencies happen, right? Once in a blue moon, and that is
Yes,
like a
yes.
real
Yes.
emergency. And if it's a real emergency, then what can be done? Krishna will guide you at that time. Let me just
Yes.
finish this chapter, Mataji,
Sure,
and
Mataji.
then I'll go, because it's 4:24, 4:30, Mangalarti starts. I have to leave actually at 4:15 from here, but it's okay. Let's read.
Mataji, it's okay. You can end, Mataji. I
No, I
normally
read,
don't join,
I
so I
read,
don't.
I just read one page at
Okay.
least, so I want to finish
Okay,
that.
okay. Sure,
It's
sure.
easier to bookmark. Sitting down, Lord Chaitanya greatly enjoyed the rice Lord Nityananda had brought. Sitting together, the two lords ate. Lord Chaitanya happily praised the rice and the vegetables. Lord Chaitanya said, "This food is very fragrant. It must be devotion to Lord Krishna personified. This food, this rice, is bhakti personified. It cannot be any other way. Gadadhar, how beautiful is your cooking. I have never tasted shak like this. Gadadhar, how wonderful is your cooking. Your vegetable of tamarind leaves. My God, huh? I think you must have cooked this one. You must have cooked this one. How can you hide the truth from me, right? Just from the cooking, I can tell you must have cooked it, because I taste the flavor of your bhakti in this. Hmm? I think you must have cooked this in, right? I think you must have cooked this in. How can you hide uh, that truth from me? Joking and laughing in this way, the three lords tasted the nectar of ecstatic love as they ate. What are they eating, by the way? Rice and that bitter amla cooked in tamarind water. Tamarind salt water. But how much they are relishing, because what are they relishing? They're relishing the love. Joking and laughing in this way, the three lords tasted the nectar of ecstatic love as they ate. The devotees who love these three lords know their true identities. But Lord Chaitanya did not quickly tell anyone who the three lords were. Right? So it's Krishna, and Nityananda Prabhu is Balaram, and Gadadhar Pandit is Srimati Radharani. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't easily quickly reveal the identities to anyone. After some time, the three lords stopped eating and left. They went to their. Then the devotees took the remnants of the lords that the lords had left on their plates. Anyone who hears or reads of this blissful meal will attain pure devotion to Lord Krishna. He will go to Lord Krishna. Anyone on whom Gadadhar has placed his merciful glance will have the power to understand the true nature of Lord Nityananda. Anyone who in his heart loves Lord Nityananda will know the truth about Gadadhar. In this way, Lord Nityananda happily enjoyed pastimes with Lord Chaitanya in Jagannath Puri. The three lords, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, and Gadadhar, always stayed together. Together, these three gazed on Lord Jagannath. Wild with bliss, they performed Sankirtan together. The two moons, Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Sri Nityananda, are my life and soul. I, Vrindavan Das, sing the glories of their feet. Thus ends chapter 7. So next Saturday we will read chapter 8. So that is water, description of water pastimes and other pastimes. We will end the session here. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Mataji.